Thank God for my wife in her absence. You keep her in your prayers. To John chapter 4, verse 28 to 30. If you have it, say amen. Amen. If you don't have it, it'll be up on the screen. The Bible reads, "The woman then left her water pot and went her way into the city and saw things that ever I did. Is not this the Christ?" Then they went out of the neighbors. No more barriers. No more barriers. Amen. If we can for a moment, as we paint the picture for those who may not know, well over in Samaria, well, Jacob's well, and there was a Samaritan woman that met him at the well. Normally, they don't go to the well during the that bucket of water from the well. So normally they go in the evening, in the cool of the day. But this time, they did not talk. They hated pretty much each other due to the fact that the Samaritans was once under the Samaritan rules, and they entered their different ideologies, their different beliefs, the different gods that they chose to worship and serve. So the Jews, in return, did Jesus. See, Jesus and everything that he did and everything that Jesus stood for was to break tradition. There was nothing normal that Jesus did as he passed through his ministry. Jesus broke tradition by coming forth to speak, one, to the Samaritan woman, and two, asking the Samaritan woman for water. It's not known nor it's not customary for this to take place. But Jesus took a stance against what we would call a racist practice. We're living in a time where there's a lot of racist practice that's going on, and there's a lot of racist beliefs that's going on, and there's a lot of racism that's going on. And because of the racism that's going on, we can too get caught up in the racism and stay within our own confines of people and choose not to speak to someone because they're not part of my break the barriers that's there to speak to the woman, which was the first step. The next step, he's going to request something from the woman. She was. Jesus met the woman at the well at high noon, where it was hot, where it was a lot of work and tedious actions taking place, but yet Jesus met her considering and understanding everything that could take place, a backlash, because Jesus was a Jew. Can we say no more barriers? But because Jesus requested a drink of water from the woman's cup, he was there because Jesus met the woman where she was. Jesus took the stands in the high road that are abroad and are near. And how do we do that? First, we have to break down the barriers and meet people where they are. And share the good news of Jesus Christ. That is Jesus who saves. That is Jesus who heals. If you do with it from there is on you. It is only my role and my duty to share the good news of Jesus Christ. We've been talking about evangelism in this house for the past few weeks as the fishers of men we talked about a few weeks ago. They left their nets and they left their jobs to go and follow Jesus to win the lost. The woman left her water pot. We mentioned that it was high noon and she went to get the water. That means it was hot. It was a journey from Samaria to Jacob's well. But she went to get water and she left with the water, and the encounter with Jesus will go back and tell everybody that she had an encounter with a man named Jesus. She had an encounter with God. Nobody else know but me. How many times have we had an encounter with Jesus Christ? Water back to sustain life. But yet she was willing to sacrifice what we determine as sustaining life for the betterment of a greater life. She sacrificed and gave up her water pot to go back to tell everybody that there is a man out here, a Messiah that told me everything. And if you want to come meet this man, come follow me and I'll show you where he's at. Stop what you're doing. Let me tell you, you gotta understand, the people knew that she went to get water. The people knew that water is important. So for her to leave what's important, to come tell us about a man that told you everything about yourself. He must be important. So let me go and see. Doesn't substitute for knowing Christ. We have to know Christ for ourselves. I know about Christ through my mama. I know about Christ through my daddy. I know about Christ through my great-grandparents. I know about what I heard. I know about the stories. But there's a difference when you're able to make a connection and know for yourself. Mama, growing up, my father used to tell me stories about Jamaica. And he never had the opportunity to take me. But I remember the stories. And on this side of the U.S., the stories was just that, stories. But I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to visit his homeland. And as I traveled through his town of Alexandria and St. Anne's, Jamaica, I was able to recall the stories that I heard, and it was able to connect some dots in my heart, and it began to melt me, and it began to resonate with me, and I begin to get chills, and I begin to get teary-eyed, because everything came to life. My God. We can know about God through the stories of everybody. We can know about God through your testimony. But there is something different when I know God for myself. When I have a connection with the Father, I will get emotional. Oftentimes I get teary-eyed. Oftentimes I feel chills because I have a connection with the Father. I have a relationship with the man named Jesus. I came to know Jesus for myself. I came to learn who Jesus is. I tried him. I proved him over and over for myself because I have a relationship with the Father. My God. My God. Because I have a relationship and I'm able to connect the dots, my story will be a little bit different. Because now when I begin to go and say, come and see a man. When I go and I say, come and see a man, I'm able to tell you that Jesus healed. Come and see a man. I'm able to tell you that Jesus saved. Come and see a man. I'm able to say that Jesus delivered. Come and see a man. Because I have a connection. Because I know Jesus for myself. So come and see what Jesus done for me. Come and see what Jesus done for my family. Come and see what Jesus done for my home. Come and see what Jesus done for my community. Come and see. Come and see. The woman, she didn't have no special schooling. The woman, she didn't go to seminary. The woman, she wasn't a theologian.